Hey guys, today I'm going to be showing you how to crochet a circle. It is the beginning of a lot of my patterns and other people's patterns, and I've been getting the question a lot lately. So let's just go for it. And this is actually bulky yarn, which is a great start yarn if you're just looking to learn, but go ahead and use whatever your pattern says to use for yarn and a hook, and just do the same thing with me. I'm using a nice bulky yarn just for visibility. Just if you're curious about the yarn, I love this chunky in the colorway Herb Garden. It suggests a K hook, which is a 6.5 millimeter, and I'm going up a hook size just a little bit to a 7 millimeter on my Clover and More. Now I'm going to do the chain version. If you'd like to do a magic loop, I have the tutorial for chains and magic loops on my channel. I'll link them below. But let's go, since we're doing this for the uber beginner, we're going to do the chain method. We're going to start with a slip knot. I like to do that by wrapping the tail of the yarn around my finger 2 times, and then take the bottom one over the top and the new bottom one over the entire finger. Then replace my finger with the hook and pull. If you pull the working yarn connected to the yarn ball and it gets tighter, you know you're in good shape. Now we like to chain loosely. We wrap around from back to front and pull through. Nothing is tight. If you want a smaller stitch, don't pull tight, just get a smaller hook, but we don't. So nice loose chains. Let's go for 4 nice loose chains. And here's our 4th. The one on your hook does not count. And then we are going to connect them by slipping under one of the legs of the first chains that you made, grabbing that yarn, pulling under and under what's on the hook. You should have a little loop from these chains that you just formed into a circle. We're going to do the single crochet circle first. This is what you're going to use at the beginning of a lot of amigurumi and maybe hats. If you do a single crochet hat, oftentimes those are for babies because it has a lot less stretch, which isn't super comfortable if you're going to be wearing a hat, but for a baby hat you can get away with it because they're just so tiny. I'm going to take you through the first 5 rows together. We have our little loop. We need to chain once more, so wrap around from back to front, chain 1 just to get a little bit of distance. This will not count as a single crochet for us, but if it says that it does in your pattern, of course follow that. But for us, I'm not going to count it, and I want 6 single crochets in that circle right there, not in the stitches on the outside, because there's only 4 chains. You would only end up with 4 single crochets. We need 6. We're going all the way around. We're going to insert your hook into the hole that you just made, grab that yarn, draw up a loop, get a little height, make sure that you're not working too tightly. You have to work into these stitches later, so you do not want to work too tightly. You want them nice and visible. Yarn over, pull under everything on the hook. That is 1 single crochet. So you have a chain 1 that's not going to count as a stitch, and 1 single crochet. Let me show you again without interrupting with a lot of chit chat. And again, we're just inserting, grabbing that yarn, draw up a loop, yarn over, and pull over underneath everything on the hook. Now we have 3. There's 4, 5, and 6. Beautiful. Now, if you wanted to count, you would count these little V's on the back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So this is our first single crochet, and that is what we are going to take our crochet hook, go under both legs of that V of the first single crochet of this row we just made, grab the yarn, pull under everything on that hook. So what you just grabbed is the only thing on the hook. And we are about to start row 2. So for height, let's chain 1, not counting as a stitch. Now we are going to need every row to increase by 6. Since we started as 6, every row will increase in number of stitches by 6. So that means each of these will need 2 of them. So the second row will have 12 single crochets. Insert under the legs of that first V that you even just worked into. Don't worry about that. and give me 2 single crochets right in there. That is called a single crochet increase. I'm going to do it slowly for you. In the second one, insert, grab the yarn, draw up a loop, yarn over, pull under 2, insert, grab the yarn, draw up a loop, yarn over, pull under 2. There's your second single crochet increase, or increase single crochet, depending on how your pattern would like to write that. It's the same thing. And you're going to do that all the way across. I love this colorway. I knew I would when I saw it in the store. I think I might need some fingerless mitts. I have a pattern for chunky weight fingerless mitts on my channel. Please feel free to go take a peek at that if you do have some chunky yarn, because they're so useful and just the best gift ever. Every time I make them, I end up giving them away. I'm gonna count and make sure that I have 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Insert into the V formed by that first single crochet, chain 1 for height, so we can start row 3. Now this means that we are going to be increasing by 6 again. Since we had 12, we're going for 18, and the pattern for this all the way around will be insert, draw up a loop, and pull through everything for 1 single crochet, and the next one will be our increase. Boop and boop. So 2 single crochets in that one. You're going to just do that 6 times all the way around, and you'll have 18 stitches at the end, because you just get 1 and then there's 2 in the next. You might notice I have a gaping hole in the center. I understand that, and I'm not worried about that, because that's what the tail at the end works for. So don't worry if you have a great big old gaping hole in the center of your circle. It is what it is. There's the end of row 3. You have 18 stitches all the way around, and you're going to slip stitch into the first one of this row. Chain 1 to get height, so we'll be all ready for number 4. Oh, look how pretty that. I might need a hat too. In order to increase by 6 in this row, we had 18 in the last, we're going for 24. That means I need 2 stitches with a single crochet all by themselves, followed by 1 stitch with an increase. So that's, since we do it 6 times all the way around, that's 24. So here's 1, boop, here's 2, boop, and here's 3 and 4 in the same stitch. Looking just like that. Remember, don't choke on the yarn. We're going to be really easy going with these stitches. I have 2 all by themselves, and now there's my increase. So I have 8 for this row so far. We're going to go all the way around for 24. Let me know down below how you are doing, what you are making. I'm so glad I get to keep you company while you're crocheting. Here it is, all the way around row 4, 24 stitches. Slip stitch into the first of them. Feel free to count backward if you need to. By count backward, I mean count backward from the stitch you were on till you hit 24, so you can see where to slip stitch into. I don't sweat it too much, because if I make a mistake, I just fudge it. But if you're feeling particular, you're new at it, you want to make sure you're getting it right, just count backward. It's no harm, no foul. Chain 1 for height, last row together. We're going to insert. Now we need to do single crochet all by themselves for the first 3 of this pattern, and then your increase. So there's 2, here's 3, and then a double, going for that increased single crochet, and that's it. There's 5 stitches. We're going to do that all the way around. You're going to have 30 in this row. So beautiful. I lost my place. Here's 2, 1, 2, 3. So this one is my increase. Slip stitch into the first one of the row. We're gonna prepare to fasten off. In my case, you might still be going, but I'm gonna show you what to do with this center hole before I go. We're just going to slip into each of these can go around 2 or 3 times. See how that closes up all by itself? I could have left longer tail, but I usually don't. There we go. And then just hold right where the yarn is coming out and pull, just to get that nice and tidy. And you can do that. You can start making knots. You can take this tail and climb up this way if you want to, just to secure it, because this is the back side. That's where I was working. I didn't work on the front side because I like to keep that tidy and cute. And that is it. Let me know what you think. Let me know how it went. I'm here for you guys. Take care. Bye.